3, 2, 1.
Go.
Hey.
Did you want me to join?
I don't.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know yet. I don't know what's the best way to start the podcast.
Yeah,
but
it's complicated.
we are back, and we're super excited.
Extremely excited. Yeah.
How do you feel like the last episode?
It was fun. Very fun to record. Of course, always a little bit, I don't know, exciting, a bit nervous maybe to post it and everything. But it was nice to see that people listened and liked it.
You know, like I am very critic of my own stuff. But
Yes,
then
you are.
I listened to it and it was alright.
Yeah. I think for couples who are in the similar situation, this will be a podcast where you will be able to relate a lot. And I like those kind of podcasts when I can relate. So I think it will be nice and helpful.
Yeah, well, yeah,
for us too.
We didn't receive that many feedback from you guys, but we did from some people, and we want to thank them.
Yeah,
and
thank you so much.
Especially because we like the first part of this podcast, we're going to talk about some of the things that these people have mentioned or comment about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a friend of mine actually from Australia. He's not in a relationship nor on a multicultural relationship, but for him it was super interesting to hear about the Finnish culture, you know, and how different it is to other cultures. So I think for some people it's going to be also interesting just because of this mysterious country called Finland.
Exactly where we are right now.
Yes.
We're actually in the deep forest of the eastern Finland.
Yes.
It's kind of like an isolated but very beautiful area. So in our van, once again, our homemade studio here on the bed. Anyway.
So one of the feedbacks that my friend Nathan, hi Nathan, that he was so interested about how the whole sauna thing is. like I don't know. Oh, and the other thing is like we call it sauna, and for him it's sauna.
Sauna,
I
guess.
Like that.
Native English speakers.
Exactly, they will
say
call it sauna. But I think one of the reasons we call it sauna is because in Spanish it's sauna, and in Swedish.
And in Finnish.
And Finnish too, is sauna.
Not in Swedish, but in Finnish and English you say sauna. So I think we will stick with sauna. It's
that's the real word, you know. Anyway, so I bet a lot of people are also interested in this topic, and I was when I first came. So can you please explain a little bit what's the sauna culture, and maybe how was your first experience, like as a child? I mean, how does it work?
Yeah. So sauna is definitely a big part of Finnish culture. Like you don't build a house in Finland without a sauna. It's always a sauna there. It has of course always been a very natural thing for me. Something that everyone does on like maybe Friday evening, you know, with the family. When you're a child, or when I was a child, we just went the whole family in sauna together. I remember still that I would sit in what do you call it, like a bathtub, this plastic bucket on the floor because it gets super hot the higher up.
No,
you know, there are many levels.
So cute.
Yeah, so I would sit down there, you know, playing with my plastic toys. And then the older I got, the more I like to actually sit up on the hot level, you know.
So until what age do you all go together to sauna, like your parents or your siblings, like all naked?
I think this varies a lot from family to family because some people like keep on going with their parents naked in sauna.
The whole life?
Maybe
Really?
even.
Do you know people like that?
I know.
Do you know people?
Well, the thing is that many people actually combine sauna and drinking. So I think when you get a little bit of alcohol in your blood, you feel more free and dairy maybe. So I mean, I don't know.
But do you also
of
drink with your family? Is that what you?
I think people do. We never did it, but I know that it's a thing. But I think when you become a teenager, maybe I don't know, 13, 14, you start like going with your friends instead, or you go men first and women after. I think it was a quite smooth change for our family because we moved when I was 10 years old, and then we suddenly came to a house with a very small sauna, so we wouldn't even fit the whole family, you know. So it was kind of natural, but I think people do it differently, have different traditions. But yeah.
So what's I know like we mentioned a little bit in the past, but was super interesting when I first came. That you start like singing things.
Yeah.
Like what are these songs about?
Ariel experienced like a real Finnish sauna experience some months ago, where we were like, I think we were 12 people in a quite small sauna.
Where was this?
It was in Lohja, on a small, like a weekend thing with some friends. We were quite many. We were girls and boys together, but of course with swimmers then. And like we started singing. And what you sing, like there are these songs where when you, for example, you sing the song, and when you say a specific word, for example, you should throw water on the stones.
Oh yeah.
And of course, like that makes the sauna hotter. And then for every word you throw and throw, like at some point people start running out, because it gets too hot. But the point is
extremely hot.
Yeah, the point is to last as long as possible in the sauna, of course. So there are a few songs in both Finnish and Swedish. And
in that note, sorry, there are competitions that who lasts the longest, right? But like kind of like real competitions, not just like friends. And apparently one guy died.
Yeah.
Because of that. That's
I bet.
Absolutely crazy.
It can be like, it's very good for your health, sauna, but it can be dangerous if you stay for too long, if you don't drink enough. I mean, some people sit in 100 degrees,
It's crazy.
It's hot. I would say like usually when we are in sauna, it's like 60 to 80 degrees. That's a normal
you say
Finnish.
Sauna.
Did I do it? Nathan is affecting me. Sauna. So that's like a normal Finnish sauna. But you can get it hotter and hotter, of course. So.
Yeah. Well, my first experience.
Tell us.
So apparently, I don't know if this is everywhere or just because in a kind of like Christian environment that you wear swimmers if you're going into a mixed sauna. Mm-hmm. Is it so, or
I don't know.
Or it's in general.
I mean, every time I have been going with friends who are both boys and girls, we have had swimmers. So
yeah. But anyway, like I think
people to people.
Yeah, but I think mainly it's like boys sauna and then women sauna time. So in those moments where like it's mixed, of course everyone was wearing swimmers, so I had no problem with that. But then when it comes to only boys, then it's kind of like required to get naked. and I don't know, I mean,
how was that for you, Ariel?
Yeah.
How was that?
The thing is, like, I don't think I have had a problem before with showing my body. I've been very, not very, but like, I don't know, just okay showing myself. But it was a little bit weird regardless of that. It was, like everyone just like getting everything off and just like go in, and then the thing is like sometimes you're so close to each other, so you're naked and then you're like touching the legs of the other person.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, I guess there is some people that may do it for the first time, and then they would feel like, oh, are they looking at my penis or something like that? But I guess I did feel like that a little bit, but then you just get used to. And the last time that we went to this mixed sauna,
public sauna,
mixed public sauna, in that place it's just like everyone naked. And after that moment, I guess because, I mean, not just because they were like boys, but I think because it was mixed and everyone was naked and no one cared about the other, I felt much comfortable.
Yeah.
And then so now I just go naked.
Exactly.
Naked for life.
It's like when you realize that no one cares, no one looks, it's just normal and natural. I'm talking about these public saunas. Then, I mean, you feel like, okay, fine, then I can go too. It's a good experience. Everyone should experience sauna for sure. But Ariel, had you been to sauna before you came to Finland?
I had been in sauna, but no in a place like in a culture of sauna, maybe just like in a spa that it had someone that had a sauna there, but exactly. Not like here, definitely not.
No, I see.
Here it's part of the culture, like
definitely
crazy.
What about like talking about sauna and things in my culture? What about like first time you came to Finland? Was it something in the like? How was your experience of coming to Finland or coming to my family?
So for me, it wasn't actually that hard actually to come to your family specifically, because I don't know, I feel that your family, it's a little bit different that the normal Finnish family. So when I first came like to the airport, even your dad received me with a huge hug, and he seemed like very happy to see me, and it was like the first time I was actually shocked of that welcoming. I was expecting something a lot more kind of like being cold or distant, because you can see those that in Chile even, and
that are maybe a bit skeptical somehow,
or just cold, and like distance with the new guy, so but this was like completely different. So I mean, I understood why later, but still. So and then your family goes around pretty much very similar to mine, if you think about it.
Yeah, we have realized that they have much in common.
Yeah, so that was interesting. One thing though that it was super interesting for me, it's we are told in, I don't know if it's in Chile or in my family, but I think it's a Chilean thing that you're not supposed to drink from the tap of the water, and because it's bad education. And then you hear that when you're like growing up, because you as a child, as a teenager, you tend to do it when you're in school or something like, and then like it's always something negative. So I kind of like grew up and having this understanding that doing that is wrong. And then one time when I met you first, I was like so impressed that you did it. I was like, okay.
A bit disgusted.
I mean, not disgust, because for me, it's like I used to do it too. So, but like just as a cultural thing, it's a no kind of thing.
Yeah, you let me know that too.
Yeah, I told you, and then when I went to your house, and then I saw your sister and your siblings doing it, I was like, okay. And then I saw your dad and your mom doing it, and I was like, what? So that I don't understand. I don't know if it's something from your family household, or if it's something about the culture. But at least that it was very shocking, at least for me, to see that your whole family just drinks from the tap directly.
Wow.
So yeah, can you answer that?
Yeah, for like about the tapped water, I don't know. For real, that's something I've never thought about that I do or that I don't do. Like, it's just something like you don't need to use a glass, It's like, it's a waste of dishes, You just...
But like, is it everywhere or just in your family?
I don't know, because it feels like I can do it anywhere and no one has ever commented it. So I guess it's in Finland in general.
But I guess people don't comment it because people don't comment things in general.
No, we respect each other too much.
So...
I don't know.
But like, how about in school? Like, they don't tell you?
No, but we have also these things that are even on like at the airports that you can drink from. You push a button and you drink, and that's kind of the same thing.
Those ones.
Yeah,
but it's different.
And in other airports too. Yeah, no, but I don't think.
Anyway, I was actually a bit like interesting.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that I already mentioned about not saying hi or goodbye when you enter to a room, and that still until now it's a bit like. Like I mean, really?
Yeah, exactly.
I remember also that once we went to meet your sister, but I think this also, it was in a specific situation, but still it was interesting to me because we went to have lunch, I think, with her, and then I remember that she called you, and she was telling you that we need to bring food for ourselves,
Yeah, so, it was a quite spontaneous lunch, but anyway.
Yeah, so for me, that in my culture, like not even if it's your sibling, it's like you would never ask someone,
the visitor
to bring something for yourself. You always like have something for them, or like, or prepare something, like even if it's I don't know, like your friend or something, like friends that are coming over, like you don't tell them, make sure you bring food for yourself.
No, exactly. You run to the supermarket and buy something instead.
I don't know that. So that it's a little bit part of that side of the culture, that they are just more independent, I guess, and more individualistic in a way, if you look at it that way. But those two experiences at least are the ones that I had, and then the rest, it was all super good and positive. I for real, and I think this was just my luck. I think that like landing in a family that it was just so kind of like warm and charismatic, because I hope we can have other Finnish international couples too, so we can hear their experiences, because I'm sure I had a super abnormal experience, and I think we should explain why Ika's dad grew up in Tanzania in Africa. So I think he grew up there until he was like 17, 19, something like that. So I think he grew up in a different kind of culture too. So
and his parents in that way were different too.
So that's why I guess he influenced his family later on to
and I
be
remember
different.
that our home has always been open for people and guests in general to visit, and Papa has always had many friends from different countries. So in that way also our home has always been influenced by other cultures and languages. So I think that also affected it, like all of us in that way.
Yeah.
But I
and
must
you,
say,
how about you?
Yeah, about my experience.
Tell us all the truth about going to the Chilean family.
No, but like in general, I said quite many things in the last episode actually about that I was mostly just happily surprised first time I came to Chile. That people were so much together, and like you would have a lot of food and you ate together, you had a good time. I had the honor to experience a football game. Sadly, Chile lost. I'm sorry. Brazil won, but it was red wine and a big dinner in front of the TV, and I was wearing a hat, a blue, white, and red hat. It was a big thing, and then we were sitting there and cheering for Chile, screaming goal, and all those things. But sadly, Chile lost. So it was sad, yeah. But anyway, so I got that part of the culture. And then when I came to visit your family, I mean, they were just lovely. And like you said, I think in a way that our families have quite many similarities. And we both have 2 siblings. So
like both families are messy in the same way.
Yeah, they have their messy sides, both of them. Yeah, definitely. I think the hardest thing for me was just the fact that I said in the last podcast about not being time optimistic, and that it was hard for me that I'm more of a planning person and in time, and then when things just never happen when they said that they would happen. So I think that was the biggest challenge for me in general. Nothing else.
How about the language when you first came to Chile? Do you have any interesting stories to tell?
Well, that of course was a different situation than for you, I guess, because Ariel's family and aunts and so on, they don't speak English. So I had to manage in Spanish. My Spanish was not good when I came the first time, and I stayed at Ariel's aunt's place. So I remember that my first whole day in Chile.
The first time, though.
Yeah, my very first time. Ariel's aunt went to work and I was going to be home alone. And I, of course, wanted to go and explore the city. I was in Santiago, in the capital city. And I had my key. And I had been taught how to use the key and how to lock the doors because it was a double door. And then I was going to leave and go for my walk in the morning. And I just close the door and I take the key and I'm ready to lock the door. And I just like use, some power, because many times in order to like to really lock the door and get the key, like, I don't know, go around, kind of, you need some power, right? So I used the power I needed, and cracks! I broke the locker of Ariel's aunt, and Ariel's aunt was my host, and I had met her the evening before. She didn't know any English. My Spanish was very bad, and I was standing there with a locker, with the key in the locker, and it just wouldn't move. And I was like, oh my goodness, what do I do? So I called the aunt. She was at work, and I was using this video call trying to show her the key that was in the locker that was broken, that was stuck, and I was trying to explain that like the key is stuck. I didn't know what stuck was, so I was like using a lot of noises and waving with my hands and pointing, and she started explaining to me what I was supposed to do, but I didn't understand like very well what she was saying. Oh, it was such a mess, and I was so embarrassed. She ended up leaving her job. It takes a long time, 45 minutes or something.
Yeah, like 45.
Coming to me and then going to another part of the, like just across the street to a guy who was fixing lockers. And he came and fixed it, and it was all right. But like the story doesn't end there, because the next morning, I did the same.
You broke it again.
I broke it again, and he had changed the locker the day before.
No
like,
way.
do you understand how embarrassing that is? The locker was changed, and I broke it again. I was like, no, Ika, no, you can't do this. But anyway, at least I knew now where the guy was. So I went there, I found him. He looked very surprised when I came and told him that I have the key stuck in the locker again. But he helped me and fixed it, and the locker didn't have to be changed the second time. But anyway, like, that was tough, not knowing the language. That was really tough, just trying to point and show.
It's interesting with this key thing, because we said in the other podcast that Finland is super secure and honest people, and like these robbery things.
They don't happen much.
Yeah, they don't happen much, but yet Finland has like the most secure keys, I guess, in the world. It's crazy.
And very thick doors too.
Yeah, very thick doors and everything. And like in Chile, they should have those keys, but like we have the weakest keys. So yeah, I thought that was very
and a
funny.
locker that is breakable by hand.
Oh, I remember something also that shocked me.
In Finland?
Yeah.
Tell us.
We were gonna have lunch at someone's house, and then all of a sudden I see the baby trolleys. What's the name? What's the name of those things?
Yeah, the trolley.
Yeah, but like
where the baby lays.
Baby trolls. I think in other countries they have different names, I guess, for that. But these baby trolleys outside the house, and I was like, oh, that's an interesting place to park the house. And then
to park the trolley.
I mean, yeah, to park the trolley. And then I realized there was a baby outside the house in the baby stroller, and I was like,
by the street.
Stroller. I think that's the other word.
By the street.
By the street. I was like, what? What is this? And then Ika explained to me this.
Yeah, like I remember that you were so shocked. You were like, because I think the owner of the house said, "Oh, be a bit quiet because the baby's sleeping." And I was like, "What? Is there a baby in the trolley? Like, what? Can you leave them outside?" And I was like, "Yeah, the fresh air makes the baby sleep well, you know."
Yeah.
So I have been sleeping outside as a baby very well.
But that's crazy.
And actually, it's also something people use because then you can be loud and do your things at home, right?
Yeah, and while the baby sleeps.
Baby sleeps outside, sleep long and well, and fresh air. So it's a common thing. Yeah,
I said to Ika that in Chile, it wouldn't be possible. Like,
It's crazy.
they would steal the baby.
But like that's insane.
That's insane, but it happens.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know why though. Why would they want a
Yeah,
baby?
why do you want to steal a baby? Oh, horrible.
Anyway, yeah, that was super interesting, and apparently it's very common in the whole like
In Finland.
the Nordic countries.
Maybe,
I think
yeah.
because I
Yeah.
think in Norway, I think they also do it.
Yeah, I don't know. Norwegians tell us. Do you also
Do you
let
also
your baby sleep outside? I remember another thing. Oh, it was actually, yeah, it's fun. Another thing about the language, about Spanish that I that I didn't understand. When I was getting friends who spoke Spanish, and we joined each other on Facebook, and I had posted a picture, like I don't know.
Are you talking about the
People-
names?
No, not there yet. Oh my gosh, that's another topic actually. People would comment things and then they would write J-A, 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 you know? And I was like, reading it in Swedish, reading it, ja. In Swedish, ja, J-A, means yes. So I just saw in front of me how people were writing yes. Like, and I was like, that's an interesting comment, right? Like,
Yes.
I post a picture and they are like, yes. And like, it took a long time for me to understand that that's how you laugh in Spanish.
Yes.
Because the J is pronounced like,
Yeah, exactly.
right? So
you
it's
go.
exactly. And that's also a fun thing because in English we or in Swedish we laugh ha 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 ha. In Spanish you laugh ha 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 with a little bit of saliva.
No, with a little bit of your throat.
Yeah, that was just fun, and it took quite some time for me to get it actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was so. I didn't know what to answer, you know, on those comments.
No.
Yeah. Oh wow! What about languages with you when you came?
Yeah, the names. Oh my
goodness, true.
This is something very interesting,
wow.
but sadly only it's gonna appeal to, I guess, the Chileans. But of course we're gonna make the translation. So
Yeah.
so their names. It's so weird because out of all the names in the world, it has to be those ones.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So there are names that in Finland there are names, but
Common names.
Yeah, common names. But in Chile they mean something like completely else, and like we will give you a few examples.
Yeah. Should we start with
Pavo.
Paavo? Yeah.
Pavo.
Paavo is a really common Finnish name, a man's name.
Yeah, and in Spanish in general, pavo it's
A turkey.
a turkey, right?
The animal.
Yeah, the animal. But in Chile, you call kind of like someone that is silly, kind of like a dumb pavo, you know. So it was super funny when I was hearing the name Pavo.
Came up. And you were like,
Yes.
oh, wait, now, is that a name?
Yes, I agree. What was the other one?
Well, there is a Swedish name. It's not very common, but when I was a child, I would watch a program with a guy who was named Peo. All Chileans. All Chileans laughing right now.
I know. Peo. Peo means fart
Yeah.
in Chilean Spanish. Probably in other Latin American countries too, but peo.
Yeah.
It means fart.
Yeah, and then we have the worst one.
The worst one.
It's like the most common name. I know quite many who are named Tula. It's a Finnish name, a woman's name.
It's a woman's name, right?
Yeah,
So
I have friends with moms named Tula.
in Chile, and this is only in Chile, I think, it means literally dick. Like dick.
Imagine if I would have been a Tula. Imagine if that would have been my name. I'll go to your family.
It's like, Mom, I want to introduce you my girlfriend Dick.
I would have had to change her name. I wouldn't have.
Probably,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh! In Chile, I would just have to change
Yeah.
name and not tell anyone that what was my
I know.
original name. What a shame.
Yeah,
you know.
but like, what if your mom would have been Tula? It's
Yeah,
like,
true.
you know, it's like, yeah, my mother-in-law is a dick.
Yeah.
Literally.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But those misunderstandings, like and
know.
how we just happen to be like that. We have a lot of other words that we have like realized that
Yeah.
that actually means this,
True,
but
yeah.
not as
Yeah,
crazy.
These are the three most common that
like
we
most I don't know, just wrong.
just wrong. Yeah.
So like, crazy.
But how about food? What do you think about the Chilean food? I mean, maybe I can start saying, so the Chilean, the Finnish cuisine is not that developed.
And not very well known.
Because it's not really developed.
No.
Like the thing is, like they don't use spices much.
Salt and pepper.
If
That's it.
yeah, exactly. Salt and pepper. That's it. So like I don't know where you listen this podcast, but in Chile, if you eat salad, you put oil, salt, pepper, lemon, and some even put this other thing that
Other spices.
yeah, that I don't remember right now. But in here, there's like not even salt sometimes.
No salt on salad. That's so
Like
weird.
nothing, just plain salad. So it's very 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 plain. You do have though a lot of kind of like bread kind of things.
Yeah, pastries and bread.
Yeah,
that
pastries
are
and
really
bread.
good.
They have actually super healthy bread, which is made of rye
Yeah.
breads and stuff like that. In Chile, we have different kind of breads, but they're all white breads
Yeah.
and unhealthy.
Yeah, if you like ask me about the food, I'm gonna start by saying
bread.
something that is gonna be so unpopular among every Chilean who loves those. What is it? Raqueta? ¿Cómo se llama?
Marraqueta.
Marraqueta. Oh, and all those football sandwiches, those round ones.
Ayuya.
The first thing I'm gonna say is that I dislike the bread in Chile so much.
Okay, but
Okay, wait, stop at it. No.
no.
I have
But
started.
hold on. Before you need to understand.
I'm gonna
also,
develop. I'm gonna develop my answer.
Okay.
Okay. When you go to visit Family X, you get one bread that looks like a butt, and you are offered one bread that looks like a football. Okay. You go to Family S, and you get the same bread. You go to Family Z, and you get the same bread. There are two types of bread that Chilean eats, okay? Except the bread for the hot dog, but that's a different thing. Like, there are two types of bread.
Okay, but I need to
You
say
get so
something.
tired of it. You get so tired
Okay,
of it.
okay.
Oh.
We need to say something. Ika, she's not really a friend of bread.
But
in
anyone would
general.
like
Shh.
variation.
Let me finish. But I know for a fact that people they're not from Chile and come to Chile, they love the bread culture that we have.
Correct.
Okay, this is something that I'm not even like a fan of anyway. But wasn't weird for you that in Chile we have bread in the morning, bread in the afternoon, bread in the lunch, bread in the evening? The whole day people eat
a lot of bread. But you know what? It wasn't a surprise at all, because in Finland we there are people who eat bread for every meal. It's super
Really?
common, at least morning and evening for sure. But people eat bread a lot.
Okay.
We just have a bigger variation. You can eat. So you can have rye bread in the morning. You can have wheat bread for lunch, and you can have oat bread in the evening. We have a little bit of variation. It's not like marraqueta.
But you know what?
Yeah.
People that go to other countries from Chile and they come to Chile, they bring marraqueta to those
Oh
other
my
countries
gosh.
because they love it so much. Like I can't relate because I don't think it's that crazy, but I know that Chileans love the bread, but
I know.
it's crazy.
That's
But-
why it was such an unpopular opinion from my
Yeah.
side. Sorry,
Yeah.
Chileans, but I have said the truth.
your truth. at least.
my truth.
Yeah. Well, but hold on. Like talking about the breads in the morning, breads every day. There is something similar here with the Finnish.
Yeah?
With milk. What is that obsession with milk?
I don't understand either.
You
It's
have milk
crazy.
every single day. But like the most interesting thing that with the lunch, instead of having juice or something else
Or water.
or water, people have milk and they eat their lunch with a glass of milk.
It is true, yeah. It's common still to eat, to like drink milk with the food. Not everyone at all, but there are definitely people who do it still. It's
Another interesting thing with food when I came, it was the amount of sausages that you guys have.
oh true.
It's crazy, but like it's an insane amount of sausages, and also like super good quality sausages, like
90% meat.
90% meat.
98% meat.
I think in Chile it's like 20% meat or something like that. Although I have no idea where
And
it is.
also, like in Chile, it's not like, okay, pick the right brand, you know? I want that brand of a sausage. Here we have maybe 40 different brands and maybe more even. And it's kind of like picky, you know? Like,
Well-
I like that one. I like the one that is called Edward. I like the one that is called like...
When you're poor, you can be picky, you know? So
No,
that's
I-
why. You need to understand
Maybe.
that too.
Okay, but can I keep on going with my thought about Chilean
Okay.
food? I only started with the bread.
Oh, okay.
You brought up something that is actually true that I was first thinking of. Like in Finland, we have a huge variation of food. That's what I would say. When you go to a supermarket, you really have a lot of variation.
A lot of
especially
vegan products.
vegan products, dairy products, bread, also sausage, like you said. It's a lot of different. So it wasn't as much variation in the Chilean food. But then again, I love fruits and I love veggies, and as long as it's season for it, the season is longer in Chile than in Finland. There are markets with lovely, very cheap, very yummy fruits.
The markets.
Yeah, the markets are so big, so colorful, so nice. And I love the avocado and I eat it a lot. And it's so cheap in Chile compared to here. You pay like 8-9 euros kilo. Over there, it's like, when it's at its best, it's like 2 euros kilo, I would say.
Yeah.
150 even. So, I'm in heaven.
And normally it's crazy. Like sometimes you get like 2 avocados for 4 euros. It's crazy.
Yeah, over here, yeah, it's crazy. So that I love because we are mostly we mostly go to Chile in summer and then it's fruit season. So I just love it. So it doesn't matter if there is not that much good bread or good sausage. I mean, as long as there are a lot of fruits, I'm enjoying it
and
so much.
because you're not that much of a bread kind of person.
No, I
Or
don't.
sausage.
None. No, but that's what
Can we talk about the completo?
We can talk about the completo a little bit. I mean, it is something. I never liked hot dogs until I came to Chile, I think.
Wow, that's something,
That
guys.
tells a lot. It's not because of the bread, okay?
No, but it does something though.
A completo
bit.
is a hot dog, but it's like a fancy hot dog because you have the bread, you have the sausage, you have avocado, smashed avocado, you have...
First tomato.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Diced
the
tomato.
order. Okay.
Diced
It's so
tomato.
important.
It's very important.
I never care about the order. I just eat it. So first tomato.
First tomato.
First sausage.
Yes.
Then tomato.
Yes.
Then palta, avocado, and then mayonnaise.
Homemade mayonnaise.
Homemade, yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's something too.
Yeah, I didn't like mayonnaise before I came to Chile either. So that's what Chile did to me. Mayonnaise and bread. No, hot dog.
Yeah.
Hot dog and
Completo.
mayonnaise. That's how healthy Chile is. It tells a lot about the food culture in general.
Well, no, yeah, we yeah.
It's not a healthy culture. Food-wise, I mean.
Yeah. Well, but then you also went to one of your favorite vegan restaurants. Too, so.
Wow. If you guys ever go to Santiago de Chile, you have to go to Vegan Bunker. It's so good. It's vegan food, but it tastes like wow. Wow. Burgers, hot dogs. It sounds like super fast food, but they are fancy. Homemade fries, chocolate milkshake. Oh
Yeah,
my
super
goodness.
nice.
It's a must. Every time we go to Santiago, Ariel knows it doesn't matter how far away we are from that place, we go there. Like we
Yeah.
make it there. It's
And
so
and
nice.
it's like people that are not vegans also enjoy it.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
that tells something.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, but it's a good place.
Yeah. But okay, so hold on really quick. I just want to say that here in Finland, you have the Karelian pies. I really like Karelian pies. I don't know how to explain. It's a pastry. It's a very thin dough.
Of Ray.
Ray dough. And has rice.
It's like a rice porridge.
It's like a rice porridge, yeah. and then they put it in the oven, and then it comes out, and then you boil eggs, and then you make a paste with butter and eggs, and then and then you put it on top, and
Like
then
a spread.
oh my goodness, and then you eat it. It's super good.
It is good.
Those are the things I really like about the Finnish cuisine. The
And
Karelian pies, and they're everywhere too. So
in every kiosk, supermarket, cafeteria, everywhere in Finland.
you also have moose meat that I haven't tried
Reindeer
yet.
meat and
Reindeer,
moose,
yes,
The
and
wild animals.
Yes.
And actually, I'm not a meat eater, but the best meat I have ever had is deer, smoked deer and reindeer. Those are meats to die for.
It's funny that we were just talking about the vegans and now
exactly.
well, the deers are super yummy.
So crazy. No, but those are like, you can't compare to those pork and I don't know what they are named.
Yeah, well, also say that here they have hunting season because these animals are so much that they populate so many places, so they have hunting seasons. It's not something that we, of course, are
like supporting.
Yeah, like we don't support it, but we just want to say that too.
Yeah,
that
and we like just also saying that if they wouldn't be hunting, like the animals would take over the whole country, because we have 80% forest in this country. It's full of wildlife. I mean, we have deers running over the road every time we go to visit my parents, pretty much.
Yeah. So, out of all the Chilean food, what's your favorite food?
I mean, it's not Chilean. I just have to say avocado because Chileans eat a lot of meat and a lot of bread, and I'm not interested in any of that.
True. There's a lot of pastries that we do that you don't really like.
Yeah. So
but
it's like
the ferias, the markets.
The markets with all the fruits. Yeah.
That part of the culture you really like.
Yeah, I could live on like avocado and watermelon when I go to Chile. And the strawberries.
Yeah, and I guess we already said that what you don't like is the fact that we eat a lot of bread and meat.
Yeah, I would say so. And your favorite is Karelian pie, right?
I think my favorite is Karelian pie. Karelian pie, and well, but you know what? Like, I mean, I do enjoy every single thing I eat here, I have to say. And I have eaten very yummy dishes and some not that yummy.
Yeah, you didn't like the pink porridge.
I was just thinking of that. The pink porridge.
It's a whipped porridge made out of lingonberry that I love. So I was, I was so excited for Ariel to try it, and it was my grandma making it. It was like this is the moment, and he tries it, and he's like, "Ooh, I don't know.
I know.
Not my favorite. I mean, I can finish it, but I don't really like it."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What?"
But you know what? I have realized this though. But I have realized that we don't really have the same taste in
food in general.
In food in general.
No.
and like on taste, because your taste on food is, I don't know, like it's weird. Like to me it's super weird, but then you don't like what I like.
No.
So that's very interesting.
I think I like extreme tastes. I like bitter.
Well,
tastes
bitter and sour.
I really like a grape, a blood grape, or
I don't know,
red wine or dark chocolate, and you were like, "Ooh, no thanks."
No, I don't know. It was
it's different.
So but anyhow, we haven't had that much trouble cooking for each other either.
No.
Because
in the end, we're quite simple.
Yeah, we're simple in what we like. So even though we don't have the same taste, that hasn't affected. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So those things were things that we wanted to talk with you guys and to share a little bit more of how it's been for us. There's definitely a lot of things that we haven't mentioned, but just because we don't remember that.
Yeah, they will come up like on the way in other episodes.
But yeah, we're super excited, and I think, Ika, can you tell us what could happen in the next episode?
We will actually have a couple visiting in the next episode.
Yes.
And that's exciting because then it's gonna be like other inputs and angles and other cultures. So
Other
it's gonna be
stories too.
so it's gonna be so nice to hear their story, to hear about their challenges. So yes, stay
don't
tuned
forget
for
to tune up for this, and thank you so much for listening.
Remember to send us your questions or comments,
or
if you
thoughts.
agree, if you relate. It's super fun to read for us, so please let us know what you think.
Yes. Follow us in our social media, Instagram, the Sweet Chili Podcast, and you know that you can find us in all the platforms, I think.
Yes. Nowadays.
So,
Very nice. So
all right.
see you then.
See you later.